Hey Grant, I'm happy I've joined your group. The group she's referring to is my free Facebook group. It's called Girls Who Lift with Grant. If you search that name in Facebook groups, you can request to join and have more conversations just like this with me. I have a question. My main problem area is my outer thighs, and even when I shed kilos, that area just does not seem to budge. Can you please suggest workouts that target the outer thighs, please? You're very polite, I like this. I understand spot reduction is not possible, so what I'm asking for is workouts that I can do 1 or 2 days of the week, but mainly targeting that area. Looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks again, Rupa. Okay, Rupa. The first thing, this advice comes from the goodness of my heart. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you're not going to like it. I've generally found that over the years, there's a certain category of girls, which is quite a lot, that when they follow a fat loss plan of attack, the fat loss, the weight loss, whatever you want to call it, generally comes off first from the upper body, and then the lower body comes second. It sounds like you're in that category. But unfortunately, you gave up too soon and you didn't stick to the plan long enough for the fat loss to take place at the lower body. That's okay because you weren't aware and you probably just thought it's never going to happen, just like you said, because you mentioned you've lost weight in the past and just simply didn't budge. My advice to you, part one, is stick to the plan longer this time and see what happens. Generally, you're probably going to be in that category I just mentioned where the upper body is going to decrease first in body fat. And then if you do stick to the plan long enough, it'll then take place of the lower body. Part two. Is there a specific outer thigh exercise? Personally, I think, especially when it comes to the lower body, that you hear like on the gram and certain articles and videos that like, oh, if you turn your foot out like 17 degrees and you scrunch your big toe and you say the alphabet backwards, that you can target this little part of the thigh. Like, come on. It's bullshit. Yes, like with a leg extension, turning the foot out, turning the foot in can kind of target a little bit more VMO, a little bit more vastus lateralis, or a little bit more rec fem. But at the end of the day, especially with the lower body, it works as one, okay? When you squat, deadlift, lunge, the whole lower body will generally be involved. Certain muscles will activate more than others, but to specifically target the outer thigh, nah. I think it's bullshit. But bear with me for a sec. Let's just say you ignore the advice I gave you at the beginning of this video, which is to simply just stick to the plan longer and just follow a fat loss plan, and then eventually the lower body fat will decrease. If you ignore that advice and you're hung up on just finding that outer thigh miracle exercise, let's say we do find an outer thigh miracle exercise for you that works. And let's say right now, this is your current body fat on your leg, specifically around your outer thigh. And let's say this is your current muscle under the body fat, thickness as well. And from the top of my fingers here to the bottom of my thumb here, this is the overall circumference of your thigh. Now, let's say, like I said, you ignore the advice I gave you at the beginning of the video, and you ignore this. You ignore how much body fat you're carrying on your lower body right now. And all you want to do is find that miracle outer thigh exercise. Let's say you find it, and the outer thigh increases, because that's what's going to happen, right? If you find a target that find an exercise that stresses that specific muscle, it's going to break down, repair itself, and grow bigger. So it gets bigger. This doesn't get smaller, this just gets bigger. Now, what happened overall to the circumference of your thigh? It just got bigger. So in other words, what I'm saying is that if you ignore trying to follow a fat loss plan, and we do find a miracle outer thigh exercise, and the outer thigh grows stronger and bigger, the overall circumference of your thigh is just going to look chunkier and bigger than what you had before. Pretty sure that's something you don't want. So, I'm going to quickly summarize this up. 1, there's probably not a real specific exercise that highly targets the outer thigh simply because the overall lower body works as one. 2, jump back on your fat loss plan. This time, stick to it longer, have more patience, and eventually the lower body fat will start to decrease simply because eventually it has to take it from somewhere. And if all that's left, your thighs might be the very last place your body will take the fat from. So be it, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, but if you stick to the plan long enough, have some patience, it will happen. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you want to have more conversations just like this, request to join my free Facebook group. Just search in Facebook groups, Girls Who Lift with Grant. Apart from that, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.